So there is a difference between someone with the ability, motivation, and opportunity to kill someone saying, I'm going to kill you, and someone who's having an ethical debate while the other person says, I don't care, I'm paraphrasing here, but basically he says, I don't care if I'm holocausting cows. I raised the parallels of like Hitler being a bad person for contributing to the Holocaust of the Jews. And I said to that one guy in the very most recent video that just like Hitler, he's a bad person because he holocausted cows. They're not dying and enslaved for me or any other vegan. And he ended up saying that he just doesn't care. And I said, you don't deserve respect. You don't even deserve to be alive. Which is true. I mean, like, does a slave master deserve freedom? It's so stupid. I told him it's not a threat. And before that, I even told him, I'm being hard on him because I want to bring out the good in him. Like, I want him to realize how absurd he is. Yeah, that's all it takes for some people. And he says he's going to call the police, so I left. And the police will come and they'll arrest me at home and they'll take me to court. And they're trying to make me out into some kind of villain. Like, the last guy was bleeding from this guy was drunk, by the way, in public. And the last guy was like bleeding from the face. And he came up to me and said, he wants to fight me. So I called the cops 8 times. They just said, just walk away. We're not showing up. So I said, okay, but if I have to, I'll just throw him into traffic. Because last time someone ran at me with a knife and I threw them into traffic. And the cops said I did the right thing. I defended myself. And, I never pressed charges. Nothing happened to that guy with the knife. They didn't even take him to jail. They just let him go right away, even though I had it on video. Nothing happened to the guy that ran into me with the wheelchair on purpose. Like the guy that open palm struck me in the chest. Nothing happened to that guy. Except I think he had contraband on him, so he was like breaking parole or something. But yeah, that's it from the eyes of the law. Like, apparently I'm supposed to be behind bars because in an ethical debate, I say that someone who is akin to Hitler, who doesn't mind holocausting individuals, doesn't deserve to be alive. Even with the disclaimer of like, it's not a threat and I'm trying to see the good person inside of you, because this, it's like necessary to explain it. Whatever. Doesn't matter. And then that one last guy that wouldn't leave me alone, and I just shoot him away with my foot and accidentally bumped his sign with my foot, and he's like, oh, you assaulted me. People are these like sensitive victims walking around pretending that they don't do any harm when they are the most violent species, the most destructive individuals on the planet. And yeah, non-vegans don't deserve to be alive. Every animal is an individual with a mind and their own subjective experience. They have brain, central nervous system, and pain receptors and deserve to be treated in the spirit of brotherhood with dignity, respect, rights, and freedom. If you're not vegan, you are an animal abuser, exploiting the most vulnerable and innocent individuals on the planet for absolutely nothing, because you are also an herbivore. You are a plant eater. Your brain runs on sugar. You see in full color. You have long intestines. You have alamaze in your saliva. This is Oxford, Harvard, Cambridge, Cornell, Stanford University, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, over 100,000 credentialized practitioners that study a lifetime on this. You are an herbivore. You can Google it. Check out epidemiological studies. Harvard Nun Study, Oxford Vegan Vegetarian Meat Eater Study, Seventh-day Adventist Study 1 and 2. Brian Johnson, the healthiest and most measured human being in all of history, is vegan. He reduces biological speed of aging to 0.61 for every chronological year. You are an herbivore, and if you are not a vegan, you are an animal abuser. Like a child molesting pedophile, exploiting the most vulnerable and innocent individuals on the planet, only caring about your own selfish pleasures and not about the rights violations of your victims. Who are the animals? They are individuals. They all have a mind, central nervous system, and brain receptors. They deserve dignity, rights, freedom, and respect. Oh, I'm sorry?
So Israel otherizes the Palestinian people the same way as people otherize animals when they kill and eat them.
Israel's defending itself.
From?
Who do you think?
What do you mean?
Israel's defending itself. They're innocent.
From? 200,000 murders? How do you call yourself a vegan?
They have the lowest mortality rates in urban warfare of any military.
You're not vegan.
They have the lowest mortality rates.
Are you joking?
No, they literally have the lowest civilian deaths out of any urban warfare on the planet.
In the last year than all 4 years of the entire world combined in terms of conflicts.
Israel's military has the lowest civilian deaths of any military in urban warfare.
Tell me why Benjamin Netanyahu and Yoav Golan have...
I'm not going to bother with you because you're not even vegan. You pay for slavery. You are? Then why are you prioritizing human beings? And why do you have leather shoes?
You're looking at my shoes, but you know these are Bessie.
Okay.
You know it. Yeah.
Okay, good.
You know it.
Yeah.
How can a vegan actually try the leather shoe thing and I'm not wearing them?
Okay, you're vegan. That's nice.
Jacket. Yeah, this is noise.
Okay.
There you go.
Do your activism, promote Hamas and terrorists and Palestinians.
You cannot be a Zionist and a vegan. Supporting the killing of people is not vegan.
Israel's doing self-defense, and they have the lowest civilian deaths of any modern military in urban warfare.
Where did you get your stats?
Check out vegan gains.
Show me the stats.
Check out vegan gains.
Richard is a goof.
Yeah, you can't debate him.
He's a genocidal maniac.
Genocidal maniac?
Yeah, he is.
You can't be vegan and a
How?
Zionist.
He promotes peace and compassion and
Dr. Avi, the real genocidal maniac.
Really.
Yeah.
Israel is defending itself by killing Palestinian
Because-
children. They're finding bullets in Palestinian children from snipers. You can't defend
Wow.
genocide. You can't defend genocide.
Oh, that's been debunked a million times. Anyways, I wish you guys the best.
Right,
With
you're not vegan, buddy.
yeah.
You're
Okay.
not vegan. You're an
Okay.
embarrassment to the vegan community.
You watch Loner Box.
You're an embarrassment to the vegan community. You support genocide. You can't be vegan and Zionist.
You don't
Zionism
even
is a
do
genocidal,
activism for the
racist
animals.
ideology. Zionism is a racist genocide.
Israel's
ideology.
military has the lowest civilian deaths of any modern military in combat. It's a war. People will die. And you're not a vegan. You're not even doing vegan activism. You're prioritizing human beings, which are absolute
Really, you're a
parasites.
disturbed person. This is kind of loud.
Yeah. Okay. See what people are. Every animal is an individual. They all have a mind, a subjective experience, a brain, a central nervous system, and pain receptors. They all deserve dignity, rights, freedom, and respect to be treated in the spirit of brotherhood. If you are not vegan, you have the ethics of a child molesting pedophile taking advantage of the most vulnerable and innocent individuals on the planet, the animals, for nothing more than selfish greed. Totally ignoring the rights violations of your victims. For absolutely nothing. You don't need anything from any animal because you guessed it, you're an herbivore. You die when you eat meat. Real omnivores do not die when they eat meat. It is impossible for any omnivore to ever clog their arteries, get heart attacks or stroke or atherosclerosis. Your brain runs on sugar. You have allomenes in your saliva. You see in full color. You have long digestive tract. Every single epidemiological study ever conducted, the Harvard Nut Study, Oxford Vegan Vegetarian Meat Eater Study, Seventh-day Adventist Study 1 and 2, the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, over 100,000 credentialized practitioners that study lifetime on this, agree you're an herbivore. You can look at Brian Johnson, the most measured and healthiest human being in all of history, reduces biological speed of aging to 0.61 biological years for every chronological year. You are literally an herbivore. You need nothing from anyone, from anyone's body. You don't need to eat my muscles to get protein. You don't need to drink my blood to get iron. Let's not kid ourselves. And rapists love rape. And slave masters love the profit of their slavery. Every animal is an individual. They have a brain, a central nervous system, and pain receptors. They deserve to be treated with dignity, respect, rights, and freedom. To be free of exploitation, slavery, and harm. And you are an herbivore. There's absolutely nothing you need from any animal except their forgiveness. The only thing any vegan ever regrets is not doing it. No. Every animal has a mind, is an individual with their own subjective experience. They have a brain, a central nervous system, and pain receptors. They all suffer equally, and they all value and cherish the one and only life they have. They deserve to be treated with dignity, respect, given rights and freedom, to be treated in the spirit of brotherhood. If you are not a vegan, you are an animal abuser, taking advantage of the most vulnerable and innocent individuals on the planet for absolutely nothing, because you are also an herbivore. We are plant eaters.